Today we're looking at Chapter 18, Geometry 2. Our learning intention for today is by the end of this lesson you will be able to state Theorem 1, which states that vertically opposite angles are equal in measure, and find unknown angles using Theorem 1. Let's just remind ourselves of what an angle is. An angle is a measure of rotation, as shown here. The vertex B of the angle is always the middle letter in each name. So the angle occurs at that corner, at that vertex. And the middle letter tells you where the vertex is. For example, we can call this angle given CAB, ACB, or just angle B. We use this symbol to show an angle. Angles are usually measured in degrees. And as before, when we write actual measurements, we use these two lines to show that an angle is an actual measurement. For example, the angle given at A is equal to 50 degrees. Therefore, the angle BAC is equal to 50 degrees. This is the same as saying the angle A equals 50. Or we can say the angle from C to A to the point B is equal to 50 degrees also. So as long as your middle letter is your vertex, i.e. where your angle is, you can write this in different forms. Usually we use a protractor to measure an angle accurately. In your protractor you have an outside scale, an inside scale, a baseline and a center point. These are used to measure your angle. However, today we are going to look at certain theorems, i.e. rules that we know about angles. So rules that we know about angles to find an angle value even if we don't have a protractor. A theorem is a statement that may be proved by following a certain number of logical steps. Theorem 1 states that vertically opposite angles are equal in measure. Please take this down. Given two intersecting lines, vertically opposite angles are angles that have the same vertex and are not adjacent to each other. i.e., take two lines and make an X of them. Opposite angles are angles that have the same point here and are opposite each other. Here we have angle 1 and angle 2. These angles are opposite each other. Because they are vertically opposite angles, we say that they are equal in size. This means that angle 1 is equal to angle 2. Can you see any more vertically opposite angles in this diagram? Let's look at these two angles. These two angles are also opposite each other as they have the same vertex and are not adjacent to each other. Let's call them angle 3 and angle 4. These angles are opposite each other in an X, which means that angle 3 is equal to angle 4. To spot vertically opposite angles, we look for the X shape. Here we have an X shape, and we're asked to find angle B. Well, we can see that angle B is opposite the angle of 110 degrees. Therefore, angle B is equal to 110 degrees because they are vertically opposite angles. Let's try a few more. Please take down this diagram of vertically opposite angles and state that angle A equals angle C and angle D equals angle B as they are vertically opposite. Which pair of angles in the following diagram are equal? When finding equal angles, look for your x, and vertically opposite angles will be equal. So we have an x here, so the angles opposite in an x will always be equal. In this case, angle A is equal to angle B. And, oh sorry, that's not angle B, angle C. And angle B and angle D are opposite each other in the x. Therefore, angle B is equal to angle D. Let's try a few more. What angles are equal in the following diagram? When looking for vertically opposite angles, find your x. Here we have an x. Angles opposite in your x are equal. This means that angle E, because we don't have a size, we don't have to put in those lines. We can say angle E equals angle F. And angle H equals angle G. When showing an angle, you must write this symbol. Let's try another one. This one's a bit trickier as we have 3 lines. But let's just look for our x again. So first off, I'm just going to take 2 of my lines. And look for the opposite angles. So we can see here that in this x, where I have I and J, angle I is opposite angle J. Therefore, angle I is equal to angle J. What other angles are opposite? Well, here we can see that angle K is opposite angle L. Therefore, angle K is equal to angle L as they are vertically opposite. Can you see any other x's? I can see an x for angle M and angle N. This means that angle M and angle N are vertically opposite and therefore they are equal.